There was no food on the menu. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position. It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle. Get out. Hey! Hello there again, mister. Does this piece of wire mean anything to you? Not me, mister. Excuse me? Yes, sir? Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Aw, jeez. He wasn't listening. Hello.
What now?
Would you like to shake my hand?
What is this? I don't do that male bonding stuff.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
I already told you I didn't.
I gotta go. No way. Maybe not. Maybe not. That is not a good idea. The plastic cover had been smashed by the Pixie's car, revealing a switch. I took hold of the grating and pulled hard, but it didn't move. The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip. Hey, McGuire,
What do you want to know?
what do you make of this, kid?
Hey, that's one of Leary's towels. He'll skin you alive.
That old windbag doesn't scare me. Anyhow, I'm only borrowing it.
You're pretty cool, mister. For an old guy.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can, on one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner, with the hygiene problem.
Hello again. What? Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Hello again. What? Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Hello again. What? Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
I can't tell without me glasses.
Take a look at this ID card.
Take a look. Oh, yes. Little plastic picture.
I don't suppose it means anything to you, does it?
No.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it. You could make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
What does this red nose mean to you?
I suppose you're collecting for charity.
No, I'm not. I want to know if you've seen someone wearing a nose like this.
No, I haven't.
What does this matchbook mean to you?
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
I'll see you later. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
Goodbye for now. Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
That belongs to the killer clown you're looking for.
That's right.
Can I have it?
Sorry, I'm keeping this as evidence.
You should run tests on that, mister. You could identify the murderer with a sample of his snot.
Yuck. I don't think so. What does this tissue mean to you?
No.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
No way. No way. The top of a ladder rose out of the squarely dug hole. The top of a ladder rose out of the squarely dug hole. The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare. It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving. The only object on the table which interested me was a small sack. The only object on the table which interested me was a small sack. The only object on the table which interested me was a small sack. The sack contained a fine white powder. As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints. I reached into the sack, but it was empty. The sack was empty. The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand. As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand. I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement. It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving. It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving. Behind the altar was a carved panel decorated with animals, birds, and plants. I tried in vain to move the panel. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement. The patch of sand where the statue had fallen was covered with a dense sprinkling of plaster. There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately. I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened. I smoothed the plaster level with the sand. It was my first experience of home improvement. It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall, 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving. The only object on the table which interested me was a small sack. I reached into the sack, but it was empty. I tried in vain to move the panel. There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately. It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall, 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving. I squeezed the towel as hard as I could, but it was barely damp. Excuse me,
Yes, sir?
may I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I can fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working.
It's not my idea, is it?
Thanks. I was about to reach for the pump when I came to my senses. A rash move like that in a strange country with strange customs could be my last.
Get out.
I could try to fix your glass washer.
Oh no, not unless you're a qualified electrician.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer. And when you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer. There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me.
Well,
Well, what?
are you going to fix this glass washer or not?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer. I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Touching the glass washer would have been like putting my hand in a blender. What a dumb place to store a flashlight. A dark cellar. The only way I was going to find anything down there was to feel around. My hand closed on a long metal rod. I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen. My hand closed on a long metal rod. I pulled the lever and the bolt creaked back into place. I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen. I lifted the trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
Well, he doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He is being taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
The trap door gave access to the cellar of the bar. It wasn't my nerves that stopped me jumping. It was my damned legs. They wouldn't move. Then I noticed a flash of light, something sparkling beneath the open trap door. It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. As I held it aloft, I realized the fascination it could command. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire, I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way, you're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari. The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water. I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping. It was an empty carton which had once contained caustic soda. The carton was damp and soggy, useless. It was a calendar with a faded photograph of a prize-winning carp. I searched the trash, but there was nothing useful there. It was a couple of paper sacks filled with trash. The trap door gave access to the cellar of the bar. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position. It was the barman's flashlight. It was the barman's flashlight.